Hey guys, so just woke up kind of late today. Normally I wake up at like 5:30 and why do you wake up at 5:30? I don't know, my body just does that. My body just makes me wake up at like 5:30. But I actually got to sleep today. But then when I woke up, I saw something like this on Twitter. Went on Twitter, I saw over in the trending, the rest in power, and apparently George Foreman has died. Yes, George Foreman. That one. I don't know how many other George Foremans there are that are famous, but yeah, he died. George Foreman, heavyweight boxing champion, dies at 76. I mean, you remember his commercials, not only when he was when he was boxing, but the Foreman grills. I think we had one, at least one of them. There was like different styles and different versions of it. I don't remember which one we had, but I think everyone had like a Foreman grill. Foreman first won the World Heavyweight Championship when he with a knockout of Joe Frazier in 1973. God, that's a long time ago. He later became a preacher and was also known for the George Foreman Grill. Yeah, this dude has done a lot. This dude has done a lot. George Foreman, World Heavyweight Boxing Champion and Olympic gold medalist. Like I said, done a lot. Who later became an entrepreneur, uh, purveyor of grilled grilling items, an entrepreneur who actually his endeavors were pretty successful. Like I said, there's like everyone I knew had a freaking Foreman grill in their house of some kind, whether it be the bigger, bulkier one or the slimmer, more compact version. Um, but became an entrepreneur known for the indoor grills that bore his name. Died Friday at 76. So this recent said Friday. So that was yesterday. It's today. Right now it is Saturday, March 22nd. Our hearts are broken. An announcement on Foreman's Instagram page read, with profound sorrow, we announce the passing of our beloved George Edward Foreman Sr., who peacefully departed on March 21st, 2025, surrounded by loved ones. It doesn't give a time, but I mean, it was yesterday, so I really don't think a time would be needed. Um, a devout preacher, a devoted husband, a loving father, and a proud grand and great grandfather. He lived a life marked by unwavering faith, humility, and purpose. A humanitarian, an Olympian. This dude has done it all. And a two-time heavyweight champion of the world. He was deeply respected, force for good, a man of discipline, conviction, and a protector of his legacy, fighting tirelessly to preserve his good name for his family. Um, Foreman, known as Big George, won an Olympic gold medal in boxing at the 1968 Olympic Games in Mexico City when he was 19 years old. 19 years old. He won the World Heavyweight Championship 5 years later in a stunning knockout of Joe Frazier in 2 rounds in 1973. But he lost to yeah, yeah, to Muhammad Ali the next year in the famous Rumble in the Jungle. But I mean, it's Muhammad Ali. Come on. Come on. Foreman retired from boxing in 1977 and became a born again Christian. He said in his biography on his website that he had a religious experience in a dressing room after losing in a decision to Jimmy Young on March 17, 1977, in Puerto Rico. He was ordained as a minister the next year, founded the Church of the Lord Jesus Christ in 1980, and in 1984 founded the nonprofit George Foreman Youth and Community Center in Houston. Like I said, this guy's done it all. You know, giving back to, the community, trying to make a place for the youth and, place, whether it be a place for kids who don't have a place to go, or just You know, Foreman returned to boxing in 1987, a decade after he retired. He was also known as an entrepreneur for the George Foreman Grill, officially called George Foreman Lean Mean Grilling Machine. Yep, yep. Actually, I'll probably play one of those little commercials in a second, just in memory of him, because that's, I mean, apart from being a boxer, that's what most people remember George Foreman from, is the grills. So, more than 100 million were sold worldwide, according to Foreman's website, and he became a fixture on television programs promoting the device in an apron. Yep. A devout preacher, devoted husband, a loving father, and a proud grand and great grandfather. He lived a life marked by unwavering faith, humility, and purpose. Humility and purpose were not always character traits for the with which Foreman was known. He described himself on his website as going from thug to boxer. He was born in Marshall, Texas, on January 10th, 1949, but grew up in Houston's Fifth Ward, where his website said he bullied the other children and became a mugger and brawler. Foreman credited the Job Corps program started by President Lyndon B. Johnson with the mentoring that led him from crime to a career in boxing. I mean, that's where I had to go in Texas when I would did my whole CNA thing. It was Job Corps, and yeah, there was a lot of people there who were basically like, if they weren't there, they would be in prison. Like it was their last chance to stay out of prison. Um, so it's a really good program, giving people a chance. I was there to just get my CNA. It was like a vocation. It's a vocational school. You know, you can go and you could do like the medical stuff. CNA or like a pharmacist type thing. You also could do things with computers, or you have more of your heavy duty things like the carpentry or roofing or engineers or something like that. So it's a great program, but the people there, like the students, a lot of them, you know, so I'm living in the dorm and my stuff's getting stolen. There's fights and there's this because that's the kind of people that were there. Um, and a lot of them they weren't there. It was their last chance because it was like, okay, well, you can either do this or you can go to prison. But it's a good program, just poorly executed. Um, Eating 3 meals in one day, they built me into what I've become, he said. He told NBC News that he won the heavyweight title a second time because he learned how to fight without anger. Anger clouds the mind. I started working with kids to make certain they stay on the right road, teaching them to never throw a punch in anger. I taught it. I taught it so much I started to believe in it. I went back to boxing, became the champ of the world, but I never had an ounce of anger in my life. His mind was cleared. Fellow world heavyweight champion Mike Tyson was among those sharing condolences for Foreman's family for Foreman's death Friday. Condolences to George Foreman's family. His contribution to boxing and beyond will never be forgotten. ESPN called Foreman one of the most influential and recognizable boxers of all time. Yeah, yeah, like him, like the big, like Mike Tyson is one of them. Muhammad Ali, George Foreman, like the big three. Texas Governor Greg Abbott remarked, "A legend lost. A legend may have been lost, but they never die." The world knew Foreman as a two-time heavyweight champion. Houston Mayor John Whitmire said in the statement, "We knew him as a proud member of our community, a man whose heart was as big as powerful as his punch." That's a nice way of putting it. You just kind of really emphasizing how kind and how loving the man really was. William Shatner. who appeared with Foreman on the reality TV the reality television travel show Better Late Than Never in 2016, also expressed condolences. Others on social media recognized Foreman for the grill, which was a common sight in home kitchens and college dorm rooms alike in the head's heyday. Yeah, like I said, everyone I knew had a Foreman grill, whether it be one of the bigger ones or one of the smaller, compact ones. They're like, oh, it does the same thing as the Foreman grill, except it takes less space. Like everyone has one. Foreman emphasized that part of his life in a 2023 interview with NBC News. Being honest, I'm not a spokesperson for boxing. I'm a spokesperson for the George Foreman Grill, and I'm a minister full time at the Church of the Lord Jesus Christ in Houston, with a friendly smile. Foreman's family said they are grateful to be in his extraordinary life. Humanitarian, an Olympian, two-weight heavyweight champion of the world. He was deeply respected, a force for good, a man of discipline, conviction, and a protector of his legacy, fighting tirelessly to preserve his good name for his family. Yeah, I mean, it's like the dude is a legend, and like I said, it's like he's such a legend that even though he's gone, it's not no one's gonna forget him. You know, that's the kind of impact one wishes that they have on the world, where, you know, for generations, even after you're gone, you know, when it comes to, say, people like us, someone like me, I'll die, and that'll be it. I might be remembered for a little bit because it might take a little time for my YouTube channel to be deleted. But, you know, after a while, they just, oh, well, this has been inactive for too long. Delete. You know, and someone like me will be forgotten. A guy like George Foreman, who you have commercials and the Foreman Grill and, you know, history of boxing, stuff like that. This dude will never be forgotten. And just to close out, let me just bring up one of his old commercials. All right, as far as I can see, this is one of the first ones in 1994.
Had a busy day? My lean, mean, fat-reducing grilling machine is great to come home to. It lets you prepare hot, delicious meals in just minutes.
The Sears exclusive extra-large George Foreman grill has a variable temperature control that lets you adjust for the perfect cooking temperature. Low for fish and vegetables, then high for thick, juicy steaks. Food that's healthier, too, because its patented slanted design drains fat and grease into these trays and out of your diet. Because it cooks from both sides, it's a real time saver.
My extra-large grill with temperature control is only available from Sears, and it's a knockout.
Dinner's ready, George.
I'm so proud of it, I put my name on it.
Yeah, I mean, it was great. You know, people were like, oh, it drains all the grease and the fat and this and that. And people would live and die by those things. Like, I swear it makes you healthier. And it does. I mean, not having all that excess stuff. But everyone I knew had one, either that one, or like I said, the smaller, more compact one that can be kept on the countertop rather than having to keep moving it and bringing it out from wherever it is. You can just keep it there on the countertop because it doesn't take up much space. It's no bigger than a coffee mug. No, I don't think it was that small, but that's what they try to do. It's like, it's no bigger than an ordinary mug. But yeah, George Foreman, legend. I always say it, but whatever you have your feelings were about the guy, whether you liked him or hated him, just be kind. It was someone's father, grandfather, great grandfather, it was someone's son. Just have respect for him. Just be kind. It doesn't take a lot. But anyway, anything George Foreman related for you down in the comments, I guess. But that's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.